"This is the most foolish girl I have ever seen in my life. She was studying for her master's degree in Shenzhen. She should have had a bright future ahead of her, yet she gave up her studies, traveled alone across more than 2,000 kilometers, climbed over an altitude of more than 4,000 meters, crossed over half of China, all just to ask the soldier boyfriend she had loved for 8 years for a confession of love." When you finish listening to her love story, you will definitely be moved to tears. The girl in the video is named Lan Ye. She and her boyfriend Luo Nan were high school classmates. After graduating from university, Lan Ye chose to stay in Shenzhen to pursue her master's degree, while Luo Nan was directly assigned to a military unit in Litong, Yunnan. The two had been in love for 8 years, and although they usually saw each other very little and were apart more than together, their relationship was still very good. However, 1 month ago, when Lan Ye mentioned the matter of marriage between the two of them during a phone call, Luo Nan hesitated and stumbled. He neither confirmed nor denied, and the two of them had a big quarrel because of this. From that moment on, Lan Ye cut off contact with her boyfriend. Even though Lan Ye was still sulking with her boyfriend, she was truly unwilling to give up, and she wanted to ask him face to face and get a clear answer.
毕竟我们在一起这么久，说不联系就不联系，我必须要过来让他给我一个答案。
And just like that, Lan Ye set off on the journey to search for her boyfriend, but things were not as simple as she had imagined. She only knew that her boyfriend was working in Litong, but she did not know the exact place. With only such sparse information, trying to find someone in a place like this was no different from looking for a needle in a haystack. But at this moment, Lan Ye could not care about that anymore. She first set out and rushed toward Litong, and after arriving there, she searched everywhere for news about the military unit, but she found nothing. Fortunately, things soon took a turn for the better. She obtained the phone number of the unit from the owner of a restaurant. After the call connected, the instructor was extremely surprised. It turned out that the location of the military unit was in the southeastern part of the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, a mountainous highland at an altitude of more than 4,000 meters. For so many years, there had never been a family member of a soldier willing to come to such a high-altitude place to visit, let alone a girl traveling alone. The instructor took it very seriously, and immediately brought the squad leader with him to personally drive out to greet her.
没有哪个家属或者是女朋友对象到这么高海拔的地方来看望自己的爱人吧。重视到什么程度呢？我叫的人亲自带着中队长啊，2个人去接啊。
At this moment, just thinking about the fact that she was about to see her boyfriend, Lan Ye felt both nervous and excited. However, what she did not expect was that when the military vehicle stopped, her boyfriend did not appear, which made her feel somewhat sad. Seeing this, the instructor immediately explained that Luo Nan was at the worksite and that he had already been notified. Then, Lan Ye got into the military vehicle, and after a long and winding mountain road, she finally arrived at the unit. The instructor warmly introduced Lan Ye to Luo Nan's comrades, and the soldiers were very welcoming of her arrival, all of them envying Luo Nan for having such a devoted girlfriend. The instructor also contacted Luo Nan's worksite at the first moment and told him to come back quickly. But Luo Nan said that he could not spare the time for the moment and was unable to return. This left the instructor very puzzled. So after talking with Lan Ye, the instructor finally understood the reason behind all of this.
快毕业了嘛，然后家里也问着这个说该考虑结婚的事儿了。我跟他说了一下，我也不知道他什么态度，反正就支支吾吾的。
So the instructor first asked the landlord to take care of Lan Ye, then he dialed Luo Nan's number again. But no matter what he said, Luo Nan repeatedly refused to return. This made the instructor extremely angry, but since this was a private matter between the two, he could not say much more. Meanwhile, Lan Ye was still patiently waiting for her boyfriend to arrive. In the afternoon, the honking of a car broke the silence of the unit, and Lan Ye thought her boyfriend had returned. She rushed out to greet him, but to her disappointment once again, her boyfriend was not in the car. This time, the strong girl could no longer hold it in, and tears uncontrollably streamed down her face.
我今天会回来的吗？不回来了，我这么远的过来，他也不过来见我。
Seeing the crying girl, the leaders were extremely anxious, thinking that since a girl had traveled thousands of kilometers to come here, no matter what the reason was, she should at least be given an explanation. So the next day, the instructor directly arranged for a soldier to go up the mountain and replace Luo Nan, but Luo Nan still refused to come down. With no other choice, the instructor personally brought Lan Ye to the worksite to find him. After several hours of difficult travel, they finally reached the place where Luo Nan was working. But the one who came out to greet them was not Luo Nan, but the team leader. When asked about the reason for their visit, the team leader explained that Luo Nan had gone up the mountain and would not be able to return anytime soon. So the instructor let Lan Ye rest here first, while he himself went up the mountain to find Luo Nan. Lan Ye looked at the simple interior of the tent and felt heartbroken thinking of the environment her boyfriend had been living in. While waiting for him, the girl accidentally found a star-shaped stone outside the tent, with the word Yizi engraved on it, which made her feel that her boyfriend still loved her. But then why was he so unwilling to see her? On the other side, the instructor found Luo Nan by a small creek and demanded that he follow him back immediately.
真不想，哎，你逼我发火是不是？不是那个意思。你说在这里你不去，人家在这里，小姑娘要给你没一个说法，要出什么事情是还我负责。
After some pulling and dragging, the instructor still failed to bring Luo Nan back. Perhaps he also understood that there seemed to be something unspeakable weighing on Luo Nan's heart, so he had no choice but to return to the tent alone. Seeing the instructor return alone, Lan Ye seemed to understand everything. Her boyfriend simply refused to see her no matter what. She was now completely disappointed in Luo Nan. She then took out several thick diaries from her bag and entrusted the instructor to pass them on to Luo Nan, saying that she would return to Shenzhen the next day. That night, Luo Nan returned to the tent. He opened the white package on the table. Inside was a ring symbolizing their commitment to each other, a photo of them at Tiananmen, and a diary filled with too much longing. In an instant, memories of the two of them flooded his mind. It turned out that when he heard Lan Ye had traveled thousands of kilometers to find him, he was extremely happy and was really looking forward to meeting her. But the moment he thought about not being able to give her happiness in the future, he planned to hide this love deep within himself and refused to meet her.
但是1个月前，蓝叶跟我打电话，他就跟我说：“你啥时候向我求婚啊？”我当时一听结婚这2字儿吧，一下就懵了，不知道跟他说啥。人家好多人结婚，不都得要车、要房，是吧？这些我都给不了他，但是这些都没有，他跟着我会受委屈的。我相信他以后肯定能过得特别幸福。
Holding the things his girlfriend had given him, Luo Nan sat on the mountaintop for the entire night. He looked at the distant sky, and his mind was filled with all the moments they had loved each other. After struggling the whole night, he finally understood his own heart and decided to win Lan Ye back. But when he returned to the unit to look for her, he learned that she had already left. So, he asked the instructor to drive him to chase after her. And just like that, they began a race of love. Sitting in the passenger seat, Luo Nan called Lan Ye again and again, but as expected, she refused to answer. So he could only send her messages, begging her to stop at the next bridge. Finally, at the place they had agreed on, the two long-separated lovers saw each other again. Luo Nan held Lan Ye tightly in his arms, poured out all his longing, and told her that he could not live without her.
不然没有你，为什么要这么对我？我怕你跟着我一起受委屈。
我们之前不是说好的吗？只要在一起，感情好，其他的我都不在乎。
And so, the two of them opened their hearts and expressed all their longing for each other, and their love story continued. The two finally achieved a happy ending, built a family, and had a beautiful and adorable daughter. The story of Lan Ye and Luo Nan is a hymn to courage and perseverance. It reminds us that on the road of love, even if we face obstacles, we can still stay true to our hearts and eventually see the clouds part and the moon appear. Here, I also wish all lovers in the world can eventually become family.
Sometimes, love is not made up of grand promises, nor is it determined by perfect timing. It comes from two people who are willing to hold on for each other. Even when the road ahead is steep, the distance is long, and the future is full of uncertainty. Lan Ye crossed mountains, traveled thousands of miles, not to prove how brave she was, but because she did not want silence to destroy 8 years of love. And Luo Nan, after escaping, fearing, and blaming himself, finally understood. True love is not, I have nothing to offer, but I cannot lose you. Their reunion reminds us, in every relationship, what we often lack is not the ability but the courage to take that step forward. If there is someone in your heart whom you want to see, but dare not see, if there is something you want to say, but have not dared to say, maybe today is the best beginning. What do you think about their love story? Feel free to tell us in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode.